Hey there, good evening. First Alert meteorologist Fred Campagna. Want to give you an update on what's going on here weather-wise. We still have the holiday freeze graphic behind me. Got to figure out how to get rid of that. To be honest with you, I can't, but the freeze is over, thankfully. So we're a lot warmer out there this evening than we were at this time yesterday. In fact, let's check out some of the weather maps and give you a look at what is coming our way. Temperatures are in the 40s in most spots right now. So 49 in Atlanta. Atlanta's the cold spot. Athens is the cold spot at 37 and Eatonton is 39 degrees. But many of us are in the 40s. And when you compare that to where we were 24 hours ago, it is much, much warmer. You can ignore Griffin on there. They're having all kinds of problems with the temperature, the thermometer down in Griffin. So it's not 31 degrees colder than it was at this time yesterday. But it is 3 degrees colder in Athens than it was at this time yesterday. So Mary's in here. Good evening to you, and Michael as well. So as we are coming out of this deep freeze, I just really quickly want to mention that there is a lot of ice on some lakes and some ponds, some retention ponds around our area, and none of that ice should be deemed safe to go on at this point. I know that where I live in DeKalb County in Pine Lake, we have about a quarter-mile long lake that did get a lot of ice on it. At one point, it was almost completely covered in very thin ice. But certainly not safe to go out on. And the reason that I mention that is because Atlanta News First crews are covering a story tonight about in Cobb County, 2 juveniles falling through the ice and needing to be rescued. And it's still a developing situation. We don't know what the condition is of either of those juveniles that fell into the water through the ice in a retention pond. Was it a retention pond? Is that what it was? Do we know? Okay. It's either a pond or a lake. I'm not sure exactly, but in Cobb County. But you get my point. And now as we're coming out of this, certainly in much warmer weather, the ice, which wasn't safe to begin with, will be melting, but there will probably still be some for about the next 24 to 36 hours, and just not safe to be on. So be aware of that. Make sure your kids know that. All right, Louise is in here from Winder. Happy to see you, Louise. Thanks for checking on in. Let's talk about what's coming our way here weather-wise as we go through the next few days. We do have a first alert, and it is for Saturday. We have multiple first alerts actually in this forecast, and tomorrow is not one of them. Tomorrow looks like a beautiful day. So temperatures tonight are going to drop into generally the low 30s in the coldest spots to the mid and upper 30s right around Atlanta. And look at tomorrow's temperatures, up to 60 to about 65 degrees. So definitely looking forward to this. Smyrna 61, East Point 63, Decatur 63, Alpharetta 60 degrees. A little bit cooler for Beaufort and for Lawrenceville in the upper 50s. Lithonia about 60 degrees. Let me go with a little bigger picture here so you can see some more of the high temperatures here that we're looking at for tomorrow. Let me just get rid of this here. That's good. So 62 Athens, 60 for Gainesville. So Louise checking in from Winder. You're in that 60-degree range, and Betty's in here from Kennesaw. You're low 60s. So definitely going to be a nice one tomorrow. On Friday, we're going to have more clouds around. Cannot rule out a few showers on Friday, but it does not look like any kind of a washout. And temperatures, again, pretty close to 60 degrees. It might be a little bit cooler on Friday, actually, than what we'll see tomorrow. But I want to take you into the weekend and show you what is coming our way so there's Friday. So a few spotty showers are possible, right? If you're going out Friday evening, you may run into some rain late. So you start to see that rain coming into the picture here on Friday evening. That rain is with us Friday night. Saturday morning, maybe some rumbles of thunder coming through as well. Some thunderstorms are possible. This is now 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, and a few rounds of rain on the way for Saturday, but it looks like most of it will come by early to mid-afternoon, or at least the heaviest of it. Still some scattered showers continuing through the afternoon. And if you are planning on going out for New Year's Eve, the weather does look drier as we get closer to sunset. So notice how by 5 o'clock, look at the temperatures up into the 60s, and heading into the evening hours, we may be clearing out. We may have some lingering low clouds, still a little bit uncertain as far as how that will play out. But the bottom line is that it does look drier for your New Year's Eve plans during the evening. I've got a couple of graphics here just to show you what's going on for Saturday and for Saturday night. We'll start with this one. The Peach Bowl happening at the Benz. Most of us don't have tickets for it, but those who do will want to tailgate. And this is your forecast for around the metro and generally in North Georgia, so that I know that we have, people from northwest of Atlanta and east of Atlanta watching this live stream right now. But this includes just about everybody with this forecast. Noon, some rain coming down. 3 p.m., some rain coming down. Again, the potential for some thunderstorms embedded in those showers. 7 o'clock, the rain chances start to diminish for us. And as we look ahead to New Year's Eve, our rain chances continue to diminish. So whatever your plans are for New Year's Eve, the odds of rain at 10 o'clock or at midnight or after midnight when you're heading home from wherever you're going, the rain chances go down into that 10 to 20% range. So it does look a lot better for us. And the temperatures too, nice and mild, a far cry from where we were just a week earlier, when the temperatures were in the teens and in some cases single digits. So much, much warmer weather is in the forecast for us. And that warm weather is going to continue into next week. Right now, New Year's Day looks absolutely great, with the temperature getting up to the mid, maybe upper 60s with some sunshine on Sunday. So that looks beautiful. Monday, though, rain may move back in by late in the day, and our outlook for next week is for wetter than normal weather in the southeastern United States. And I want to show you how much rain we may pick up here in the next week or so. So this is a look at one computer model projection. So this takes us through Sunday. Again, the rain comes basically Friday night, Saturday time frame, and it's a ½ an inch to about 1.5 inches of rain, maybe an isolated 2-inch amount. So this is a pretty good soaker coming through over the weekend. Then late Monday, you start to see these numbers going up again, and we have a rainstorm coming Monday night and into Tuesday. So now our rain gauges, if we haven't emptied them out, have somewhere between 1 and 3 inches of rain in them, including what fell over the weekend. And another storm system is coming on Wednesday. So this is probably at the higher end of a lot of the computer model projections, but it gives you an idea about the ballpark that we're talking for rain over the next week. I think 2 to 4 inches of rain pretty likely for most of our area in the next 7 days to take us through next Wednesday. But this computer model is projecting some 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6-inch amounts. So we'll have to see exactly how this plays out. The bottom line, though, as I mentioned, is that we are heading into a pretty wet weather pattern overall for this 7-day forecast. Here is a look at it. Notice those temperatures too. So tonight's actually, even though it's not nearly as cold as it was last night in most spots, it's actually the coldest night that we're going to see out of the next 7. Look at those temperatures. 63 for tomorrow afternoon, then down to around 60, and then every day after that is in the mid and upper 60s. Even when it's raining, it's going to be mild, so we're not talking about raw, rainy conditions. We're talking about mild rain, and with that comes the chance of some thunderstorms, so watching the potential for that on Saturday. Right now, it doesn't look like we'll have severe weather, but that's something we're always watching for. And the rain that comes our way Tuesday and Wednesday will also likely have some embedded thunderstorms. It is still a bit early to say, though, whether we'll have to deal with any strong or severe storms. We will save money on heating our homes over the next week because the nighttime temperatures after tonight will at their coolest be in the mid and upper 40s, and many nights that temperature in Atlanta anyway will not get below 50 degrees. So after spending a little extra, I think, to keep our houses warm during the cold snap, we are heading in the other direction. So that's definitely some good news. We're seeing the other side of the coin, I guess. All right, so couple of things. I got newscasts coming up at 9, 10 o'clock on Peachtree TV, and then on WANF at 11 o'clock. Again, we'll have the latest on the breaking news, which is a couple of juveniles falling through the ice on either a pond or a lake in Cobb County, and a boat needing to go out there and rescue them. So we'll hopefully have an update maybe on the condition of those juveniles. And the other thing, it's a minor thing, but we definitely need to get rid of that holiday freeze graphic. So I'm going to leave a note for our person here at the Atlanta News First Plus desk to either get rid of it or tell me how to get rid of it. All right, I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you on the TV coming up in less than an hour.